Actually, a parent of Grandview, Oman. This is Grandview, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Go Blazers.
former chair of the Raffle County Democratic Party, and I'm just tickled pink to be here and listen to you.
Hello, I'm Molly Martin. I am currently the school social worker at Mission Viejo Elementary.
That's where I went to elementary school.
Fabulous! And I, part of the mental health team, and I also ran for the state legislature 3 times and county commissioner 1 time. And I just love policy, and I love this program.
Okay, very good. We have about 10 minutes. And what we're on is Unit 6, Question 2. And for the record, I'll read the question. What are the major issues and current debates in Congress about immigration and citizenship? How is citizenship defined in the 14th Amendment, and how has that definition altered relationship between the nation and the states? Should the 14th Amendment be changed to reflect additional or different criteria for citizenship? Explain and justify your position. Where's the timer? You're the timer, sir. Okay, please begin.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, an American immigrant, said, "I believe with all my heart that America remains the great idea that inspires the world. It is an honor to become a citizen here. It is a gift to raise your family here, to vote here, and to live here." The United States is a nation of immigrants. However, a debate ensues over who should be able to claim the title of citizenship.
When the Constitution was ratified in 1787, citizenship wasn't defined. In 1857, the Supreme Court ruling in Dred Scott v. Sanford illuminated this because it concluded not only were blacks born in the United States not citizens, but also that non-citizens didn't have the right to sue. According to the 10th Amendment, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution are reserved to the states. Therefore, the issue of citizenship was under the jurisdiction of the states. The 14th Amendment was ratified to guarantee every person, no matter the race, citizenship, so long as they are born or naturalized in the United States. The relationship between the federal government and its states changed when the 14th Amendment was ratified because the power formerly attained by the states was constitutionally given to the federal government.
Currently, congressmen debate over the definition of citizenship, as well as who should be citizens. Potential citizens must be 18 years or older, have met the residency requirement of 5 years, and have a green card. The amount of available spots for immigrants is 700,000 for the 11 million applicants each year. Senator Richard Durbin argued immigration reform would provide a pathway to legal status, creating a variety of social and economic benefits. Detractors such as Senator Orrin Hatch claim that reform advocates too much amnesty and encouraging illegal immigration. Hatch believes it is inviting poverty and cheap labor, which would then create more problems.
Undocumented immigrants often bring children who have no say in whether or not to immigrate, legally or illegally. The Development Relief Education for Alien Minors, or DREAM Act of 2009, was proposed in order to determine conditional permanent residency of undocumented students, and in some cases, allowing those students to have extended residency. In order to receive these benefits, the beneficiary should have been physically in the United States before the age of 16 and for a 5-year period, as well as good moral character and have received some sort of higher education, such as graduating high school or entering into a college.
Conditions of immigration such as border security, economic impact, and equal opportunity were all addressed by the Gang of 8, a group of 8 senators who created the Border Security, Economic Opportunity, and Immigration Modernization Act to try and secure the nation's border, while providing a more accessible path to naturalization for undocumented immigrants. It promised to both bar illegal immigration, as well as to create a tough but fair legalization program for undocumented immigrants currently here. Existing undocumented immigrants could apply to the Residential Provisional Immigrant System to register and achieve naturalization status if they act as a lawful citizen. The program has been controversial, especially for Senator Ted Cruz, who urged, "We must stop this Gang of 8 immigration bill, which would give amnesty to an estimated 11 million illegal immigrants with no guarantee of a secure border."
Some states feel the government isn't adequately representing them. For instance, in 2010, an Arizona law designated if reasonable suspicion exists that a person is an alien who is unlawfully present in the United States, a reasonable attempt shall be made to determine the immigration status of that person. This law condoned racial profiling of persons who appear to be undocumented, violating their rights. This law was declared unconstitutional in Arizona of the United States. The 14th Amendment shouldn't be altered due to the time and complexity required to change the Constitution. However, laws should be less restrictive in granting citizenship by lowering the naturalization age, increasing the number of available spots for immigrants, as well as reducing the years of residency required to become a legal resident. We are now ready for your questions.
Very good, thank you. Before we start the clock on the questions, I apologize. I didn't ask you to introduce yourselves and what grade you're in.
I'm Margot Reed, and I'm a junior.
I'm Riley Purnell, and I'm a senior.
I'm Jonathan Warnoff, and I'm a junior.
Good. Riley, where are you going to go to school?
Oh, goodness. I actually have considered CU, not Boulder, but Denver.
Cool.
Yeah, so possibly there.
Good, good. Okay.
All right. Yes, I would like to know what your thoughts are on the costs and benefits of the melting pot theory and its replacement of cultural and ethnic identity.
So the melting pot theory states, or is described as America is a place where people of all ethnicities, religions, nationalities come and live and assimilate basically to the American society. American society has been changed by the melting pot because as different people from different places with different cultures come, the culture slightly changes each time.
Our current motto for our nation is E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. So naturally, when we created this great nation of ours, we had intended, since we were immigrants ourselves, that we would be a nation of immigrants. One of the costs in Bernie Sanders' response to the Gang of Eight's S-744 bill was that immigrants that come to the United States take too many jobs from hardworking Americans.
I believe the benefits that come from the melting pot theory and the concept of diversifying the nation, the benefits are almost endless because there's endless importance to the concept of mixing cultures and mixing religions, and there's always something to be learned. And so, education, it could be one of the most important benefits from the melting pot theory.
Should the United States allow dual citizenship?
I believe yes, that the United States should allow dual citizenship just because I don't believe that being an American is should be limited to just living in America and having American citizenship. I think that people who live here, who love this country, are also allowed to love a country that they came from, such as Mexico even. So I don't think that it is a big deal if there's dual citizenship because their love can be divided between two countries.
I have to refute Riley. I feel that dual citizenship shouldn't be allowed. I think our citizenship in America should be only exclusive. It's all about loyalty, and our nation is founded on our current civic virtue and sacrifice and loyalty to our country. So I feel having another loyalty to another country would be hindering to the United States.
A historical example of how the government has considered dual citizenship not important or unnecessary is in the Supreme Court case of Korematsu versus United States, where Korematsu was an American citizen, but he also had family in Japan, and so when he went to visit Japan and came back, he was subsequently put into an internment camp because the U.S. was at war with Japan, and they felt as though Korematsu could be a enemy combatant for Japan or a spy. And so that's a historical example of when the United States has felt that dual citizenship isn't valued.
Let me ask a question. Should all Americans be required to demonstrate their knowledge of American history and government, as naturalized citizens must do in order to become citizens? Why or why not?
Well, previously we have made attempts to try and make our legal immigrants pass U.S. history exams as well as English exams, like what can be seen in the Simpson-Mazzoli Act, which stated that all illegal immigrants currently in the United States as of January 1st, 1982 could apply themselves and naturalize themselves within the United States if they passed a unit U.S. history exam.
I believe, yes, that I believe every American should have to have great knowledge in our history, just because it is our history, it is what America has been founded on, and I believe that society would greatly benefit in the education of it, because then we could uphold those beliefs that the founders had back in 1787 when the Constitution was ratified. Then we could all express our opinions instead of the United States citizens. Many of them are very ignorant in what our country is, and some of them don't even know the Pledge of Allegiance, and that, to me, is a very disrespectful notion that you don't know what your country was founded on, and that every person should have that knowledge.
The study of U.S. history and U.S. government, it can create a sense of nationalism within the immigrant, and that can make them feel more connected to the country that they'll be, in our case, the United States, that they'll be immigrating to. And so the study of U.S. history and the requirement of passing a test that encompasses U.S. history and or English is an accurate representation of how the immigrants would possibly excel in our society.
Time. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. And now we get to give you a little feedback. And as usual, let consistency.
I did like your combination of using statutory references as well as congressional, right on the spot to answer the questions, that also you added your own opinion and your own insight, and no fear of disagreement, which I think is very healthy. I think it's great to see different sides of an argument. I really did appreciate the Q&A. Your presentation's also great eye contact, great presentation value, looking at all of us instead of just kind of responding back. So, nice job.
Ditto, plus. No, you guys did a great job. You should be proud of your hard work. I really also like the reference to the Supreme Court cases, the background of what actually built where we're at in case law today. One thing as a suggestion is maybe study Colorado as a state. Look at that as far as, we have our own version of the Dream Act in Colorado that I think went through the last legislature. Yeah. And look at some of the reforms that happened 4 or 5 years ago as far as immigration in Colorado, what we've done as a state for immigration reform. So, just a suggestion. Great job. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job on presentation. Your mechanics and everything were very good. I think your documentation, as has been said, referencing specific portions of the constitutional law or case law, that sort of thing, is very strong. And you really believed what you said. You weren't just reading from a script, and I think that's important in this student. You demonstrate well your understanding. So, congratulations and good luck. If you proceed.
Thank you.